I'm here with Riley Eikhoff, our star pitcher here tonight. Really proud of our team. Got off to a great start. Very efficient. It starts on the pitcher's mound. I said this in week 2. Every time I get an opportunity to write Riley Eikhoff's name in the lineup, we got an opportunity to win, and he was absolutely magnificent tonight. 74% strikes, didn't give up a free, went 7 2/3. When you do that, you put yourself in a chance, in position to win, and that's what we did tonight. It was a great way to start the week and to win a 4-game series, to pitch the way that we did tonight, and to be as efficient as Riley was tonight and save our bullpen. That's a big step.
Hello, questions.
Joe Healy, D1 Baseball. Riley, what did you feel like was on for you today that allowed you to get in the groove the way you did?
I think the main thing that was on was mentality. He's always honest about being strong mentally. He gave us a book before the season on how to grow your mental fortitude when you're playing and even off the field. And for me, that was a big part of this game. Was the last few weeks, I haven't been myself lately, and I tried to come out here and turn that on for the guys, because like you saw, if the pitcher on the mound turns that on and is fighting every pitch, you could see what the offense does for them. Even the defense. I mean, the defense behind me made great plays, and I wouldn't have been able to do 7 2/3 without some of the plays they made.
Well, maybe that kind of leads me to my next question, which is that statistically speaking, this is kind of a career year for you. Has there been something that stood out to you that's allowed you to continue to progress this way to where you're having your best year?
I got to give props to Coach Schnall and Coach Williams. Both of them were on me, and he was on me ending of last year about just getting a little better, getting a little more consistent throughout the year. And Williams came in, and we did a lot of work, just trying to get pitches better. Better quality, and also locating the ball. And throughout the season, I've done a better job of that. And again, the guys behind me, I'm not a big strikeout person. If they don't make plays behind me, then I kind of tend to not go my way. So thank you to my defense behind me, because they do a lot for me.
Coach, you mentioned Coach Williams. Whether for Riley or just in general, what has he brought to the table that's worked for you guys this season?
Well, there was a narrative at Coastal for a while that you can't pitch at Coastal Carolina. We've got a small park. We've got this. And that wasn't a narrative that we wanted to believe in anymore. And he came immediately in with a different mentality. And, he changed the culture in a lot of ways. And this has turned out to be one of the best pitching staffs in the country. And it starts with him. He challenged these guys to be better, and all these guys have worked extremely hard. And we're in this position right now. We've got 45 wins. I think it's the most wins in the country, and it's because of the way we've pitched.
On the offensive side, one thing that stands out about the way you guys operate is it's first to third on every single, and it's every dirt ball moving up. How much is that just kind of a part of the deal when your offense just doesn't have maybe as much firepower as it's had in previous years?
And that's what they keep saying, But if you look at the stats, we played 30 Sun Belt games and we led the Sun Belt in scoring. So we'll let them keep saying what they want to say. Yes, we don't have the slug that we've had in the past, but it's a different offense, and this offense is bought into what we're trying to do. They find ways on base. The name of the game is to score runs, and the way you score runs is getting on base. And I agree. I thought we were really good today on the bases. I think we had 3 different opportunities where we went first to third. We stole a couple bases. That plays in the offense. And we had a lot of big 2-out hits tonight. 7 of our 8 RBIs came with 2 outs. I think we had 4 consecutive hits with 2 outs there in the 3rd inning. That big inning was critical. That's something that we pride ourselves on, is winning that big inning war. And then we scored in 5 of the 8 innings.
It was clear that they were going to try not to let Caden beat them today with the way they pitched him. How do you think he's kind of dealt with that this year, that he's clearly the guy that, folks are game planning around every day?
He's a professional. He's a professional. He's dealt with it like a professional. He's one of the best to ever play at Coastal. We're fortunate to have him. But again, you look at this lineup, it's somebody different every night. And today it was great to see Blake Barthel. He got 2 big doubles in 2-out situations, and then he got he got the big 2-out double late to get us to that 7th run. That's a big thing for our offense to get to 7. When we get to 7, it feels like it's the nail in the coffin.
I have one more for you, Riley. Actually, just I noticed in the data you're using your fastball a little bit more this year. Is that something that has been conscious of, or is that just the way it's kind of ended up playing out?
It's just kind of the way that it ended up playing out. Over time, Williams has done so much to help me this year that my fastball has gotten a lot better. And, he's done it with all of our pitchers. You look at, Morrison, he didn't play last year because he was hurt. Freshman year, he was still really good his freshman year. This year, pitcher of the year, he's going out there mowing people down like it's just another day. And, that shows what Williams can do with this pitching staff. And, when the pitching staff has a mindset of like come in, do your work and just get your stuff in, it shows that, it doesn't matter who you are, but you can get better and you can succeed on the field.
And I got one for Coach Ann Riley. How big is it for your mindset and your mental preparation to know that you have the later game tomorrow, get a win under your belt, and kind of move forward in the tournament?
I'd play again right now in 10 minutes, so it doesn't matter. We'll play in the parking lot. We'll play at 9 a.m. We'll play at 7:30 p.m. It doesn't matter for us. We're ready to go. This team enjoys being out there. This team enjoys being together.
Like you said, it doesn't matter when we play. Give us any time of the day. We'll be out there. We'll be ready.